We want to welcome you to this edition of the Native News Update on this Tuesday, November 24th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul Demain. Many of the stories read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. Here are the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A 31-year-old Winnebago man who coached girls basketball on the Winnebago Reservation in Nebraska has pled guilty to having sex with a 13-year-old girl on his team. A news release from U.S. Attorney Deborah Gilg says Manapiu Naga Cleveland pled guilty to statutory rape earlier this week. Cleveland developed a relationship with the girl after he began giving her a ride home on a regular basis. Prosecutors say the two had sex in Cleveland's car in January and in his office in February. Phone records show that Cleveland exchanged thousands of text messages with the girl, and DNA evidence confirmed they had had sex. Cleveland will be sentenced to as much as 15 years in prison when he's sentenced on February 8th. The Northwestern Band of the Shoshoni Tribal Council in Utah has suspended the top two executives of the tribe's economic development company after a company accountant there leveled allegations of embezzlement, tax fraud, and corporate mismanagement. The allegations include that Chief Operating Officer Mike Devine had been reimbursed for non-business expenses such as his mortgage and his daughter's Mormon mission expenses, and that executives spent lavishly on travel, ringing up $163,000 on airline tickets, dining, entertainment, and motels in the past year. Devine has denied any wrongdoing. CEO Bruce Pari insisted he be suspended while the allegations are investigated by law enforcement officials. According to Tina May, the public information officer for the Hopi Tribe, the position of executive director is the key component of a new governmental reorganization plan that has been approved by the Hopi Tribal Council. Whoever is hired for the position will be responsible for the daily management and administration of tribal departments, as well as administration and technical services. The executive director will answer directly to the Tribal Council. The resolution approved last Sunday in a special meeting provides that until the position is filled, but no longer than 90 days, the tribe's vice chairman will assume the duties and responsibilities of that job. So the job will fall to the newly elected Herman Honani, who was elected vice chairman on November 18th. He and the new tribal chairman, Leroy Shingotiwa, will be sworn into office on December 1st. In Santa Fe, New Mexico, winter traditions will be celebrated at the Museum of Arts and Culture on Sunday, December 6th from 1 until 4 p.m. The event is free. Robert Maribel, Taos Pueblo, will perform his newest seasonal piece, Pueblo Christmas, there, in addition to storytelling and book signing by Jonathan Warmday, also Taos Pueblo, a dance performance by Daryl Sakiva, Hopi, and family, hands-on Christmas activities and refreshments. Winter traditions at the Museum of Indian Arts and Culture will recall Christmas Eve at Taos Pueblo, where the smoke of bonfires turns the dusky sky black as embers and shoot up with a mix of starlight. Gunfire echoes on the frigid air, and when the church doors open, they hear the traditional hymns sung in Spanish and in English, accompanied by a violin and native drum. On this night, nowhere in America do Native Americans, Hispanic, and Anglo cultures so freely mingle to share the spirituality of the season, creating a palpable sense of unity and hope. Our native religion is based on 24/7, 365-day spiritual concept. We're a completely nature-based culture, but then on the corner of the Pueblo, there's a Catholic church. For many Americans, Christmas is one of the few times they become conscious of their spirituality, and it feels appropriate for me to find something that connects with them at this special time, said Robert Maribel. You can go to the website at www.indianartandculture.org for more information there. It says here, my name is Becky Lewis, EEO Specialist for the IRS. One of my job duties is to contact colleges, universities, and also special emphasis organizations within our service area to acquire contacts in the process of job recruitment. We realize that job placement is important to clientele within your reach, and they want to make the connection with your organization to create this link. What is needed is a contact person, email, address, and website that the IRS can plug into their database. They also want to have an emphasis on recruiting people with disabilities that have the qualifications for such positions. There is available a non-competitive way for such a person to be placed in a qualifying position. If you want to get a hold of Becky Lewis, an EEO specialist at the AWSS EEOD Field Services for IRS, you can get her at rebecca.e.lewis@irs.gov, and we'll put that website and email on our ticker tape in front. In our continuing quest to understand some of the potential changes in this great healthcare debate and discussion going on throughout the United States, we again have Shoshone-Bannock tribal member Mark Trahant, who has been following the debate while reporting on the issue as a Kaiser Media Fellow.
Healthcare bill have for example, American Indians living off the reservation.
Okay.
Where are we going to go with that? Let's ask that question.
All right. Well, actually, it's pretty interesting because there's quite a bit of money for urban clinics in general. And most American Indians, of course, live off reservation, and many take advantage of urban clinics in Seattle, Minneapolis, and places like that. And so there should be money available into this bill for that, for an expansion of those programs.
It seems to me that the real gap in the healthcare system in Indian country is not on reservation, but in those urban areas where almost 60% of the people reside.
Right.
Give me the basic outline of what Obama's trying to accomplish here for some Native person living on the street in Minneapolis, St. Paul. What's it going to do for him?
Well, the big thing is, like the for on-reservation folks, is that more people will qualify for Medicaid. And so if you have an income level less than the federal poverty level, you'll likely have a complete subsidy. I looked up the different numbers yesterday, and I'm doing this off the top of my head, but say for a family of four, I think it's completely subsidized up to about $35,000 a year. Beyond that, if you say $60,000 a year, it's about the same that you would pay for COBRA now, which is quite a bit less, or not COBRA, but the subsidized COBRA under the Americans for Recovery Act, which is a bargain. So it's affordable, is the good news. So for even working people, they should be able to afford more health insurance.
Okay, back to some other news. In October, the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe in Minnesota donated some $52,000 in both monetary and in-kind contributions to a variety of nonprofit organizations and other charitable organizations. Every month, the Mille Lacs Band contributes to community programs in Minnesota and nationwide. The Mille Lacs Band was proud to donate $5,000 to the Mille Lacs Area Health Foundation for a cardiac monitoring system. Additionally, the Mille Lacs Band has donated $1,000 to the Hearing and Service Dogs of Minnesota for dogs that assist people with autism. Other notable contributions during October include those to the Pine County Sheriff's Patrol, the Onamia Area Early Childhood Coalition, and the Aitkin JCs. Giving back to the community has always been an important mission of the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe. We are fortunate to have the capacity to contribute to so many beneficial organizations and causes, said Durin Dunkley, Commissioner of Corporate Affairs for the Mille Lacs Ojibwe Band. And an elder and an artist who lent their expertise to a secondary school science program at the UAF Geophysical Institution in Alaska recently received the Alaska Native Visionary Awards. Athabascan elder Robert Charlie and multimedia artist Lance Twitchell received the awards earlier this month. The 2009 Alaska Native Visionary Awards are the first of their kind. The Alaska Native Heritage Month Committee presents the awards to honor Alaska Natives who perpetuate and preserve culture through artistic and visionary ventures. The Geophysical Institute nominated Charlie for his work on United Native Indigenous Traditional Education and University Science, or the Unite Us project. Funded by the U.S. Department of Education, the project is designed to bridge the gap between indigenous knowledge systems and Western instruction used in secondary schools. Charlie 82 provides cultural expertise to unite us and will create a manual for teaching science, technology, and math in and for Alaskan Native communities. Twitchell's is a multimedia artist of Tlingit, Haida, and Yupik descent who lends his expertise to the Unite Us program through his company, Troubled Raven Productions. Twitchell provides curricula-related graphics and websites for the project. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We certainly want to thank you and you and you for joining with us again. Come back again soon.